I'm going to make up one of the aprons from the kits, and the starting point is going to be the pocket. We've got a couple of pieces of bias binding, and I'm taking the shorties piece that I'm going to apply to the top, so that'll be across the top of the pocket. Gives it a nice finishing touch. So open up the bias binding. If you want to wear, then it's a piece of fabric cut on the bias that's folded over and the two sides meet in the centre. So I'm just going to open up roughly one side and pin that across the top of the pocket, so on the long side of the pocket, so the edges meet and they're face to face. And I'm just going to put a few pins across the top to hold that in place. And then where the fold mark is what I'm going to use as my stitch line. The bias binding is a little bit longer than the pocket, but that's fine, because you can always cut that down afterwards. So I'm just going to put 4 pins across there for now. Now, using the crease mark as a guide, I need to pop that underneath my foot on the sewing machine and use a straight stitch, which is quite long, and just guide that crease mark through the centre of the foot and stitch that in place. Now, I'm using a thread which is the same colour, but that means it's going to be a contrasting colour when I join the rest of the apron together, and that's fine. But if you're going to use a contrasting colour thread, make sure that you're confident in sewing in a straight line. So take out your pins, now this is attached. And I'm going to snip off the excess binding fabric. When you fold the bias binding back up again, fold it straight over the top, and if you wanted to do it properly, then you could hand stitch so that you don't see any of the stitches on the inside, but for speed, and because I don't think it really matters, I'm going to top stitch again, quite close to the edge. I'm going to back tack the stitches to secure those in place, and then keeping that line straight and around about a millimetre from the edge, I'm just top stitching all the way across. Now, you can pin this if you want to, but I don't feel I need to. Right down to the end. And again, when you get to the other end, just a couple of back tack stitches. That's a reversing stitch, just to make sure that those stitches don't come undone. Keeps it nice and secure. Like so. There's more bias binding to go all the way around the edge of the apron to match, so that's my pocket. Then I take my bias binding to go around the rest of the apron. I'm not going to pin this, but if you're not very confident, then you should do. So just like with the pocket, I'm not going to go across the top because that's where the waistband's going to be. So down the sides, around the corner, and this is where bias binding comes into its own, because you can go around corners with it, and apply it just the same way. So that's the long strip of bias. Open it up, match up to the edge, pin at this point if you want to. Just back tack to hold those stitches in place, just a stitch or two, and then sew. And again, guiding that crease mark through the centre groove in the middle of that foot, so I know that I'm sewing exactly on the line and it keeps it nice and straight. I'm not too worried about the fabric on the apron fraying at this point, because that's going to be encompassed inside the bias binding, so you won't see it, and that'll stop it fraying even more when the apron goes into the wash. Okay, so I'm coming up to the curve, so I'm just going to slow down a bit and ease the bias around the curve, just making sure that the edges are together. And this is where bias binding is preferable over just a straight weave, because you can bend it without it, round you go, without it puckering up. And again, just keep those edges together. If they're not perfectly together, it doesn't really matter, because you can trim them back afterwards, but that's just an extra effort, and I don't have very much patience. So again, just keep that around the corner. I'm guiding the apron fabric through and keeping that stitch line running on the crease. Around the curve. Speed up a little bit there. straight across the bottom, and we'll slow down again when we get to the other side. We're coming up to the second curve now. So I'm just going to slow the machine down so I can get this accurately around that curve. Like so. And again, if you're not too confident, then pin it. And if it doesn't turn out perfect first time, you can always unpick it and start again. Make sure there's no little creases when the needle goes into the fabric, because those will show through on the right side when you turn it over. Bend it round the curve. Then we're back on the home run, and take that again, not across the top of the apron because the waistband's going on there, but all the way down the side. And again, you'll find your bias binding in the kit is that little bit longer than you need, but you can always cut it back. More difficult to add on. So I'm going to cut off the excess thread and cut off the excess bias. And then just the same as with the poppet, I'm going to fold the bias over and top stitch all the way around again. And again, if it's easier for you to pin it, then do so at this point. And so quite close to the edge, about a millimetre away if you can. And I'm just going to top stitch all the way around, keeping that fold nice and even so you've got the same width of bias all the way around. When you come up for the curve, again take it slowly so you can keep it nice and neat. Folding over. Try and cover up the stitches on the back so it's neat from both sides. And around that curve. No puckers, no gathers. Just keep that nice and neat and flat. So you can pull it to stretch it to go around, it's not a problem. That's what bias does. Just keep folding. And if you do use a thread that's the same colour as your fabric, then it's a little bit more forgiving if your lines aren't very straight. If you're not very confident, if you don't feel as though you're a very neat sewer. Around the second curve. This is the only tricky bit, but as long as you keep it nice and even so the bias is the same width, and try and keep that stitch regular at the same distance from the edge, it'll be fine. And as I said earlier, at the end of the day, if your stitches aren't perfect, you can always unpick it and start again. Frustrating, but that's an option. Now at this point, when you're finished, you could press that. I normally leave it till the end. But if you've got a steam generator iron that you can leave on all day, then you can press as you go along. But once you press those curved areas, that'll look really professional. Back at the top. And just back tack a couple of stitches, lift that up. And that's the bias finished. So that's nice and neat on both sides. and it makes sure that the fraying on the edge of the fabric, because it is 100% cotton, isn't going to get any worse because it's all encompassed. The next thing we need to do is to attach the pocket to the front, and you need to find the central point of the fabric, and because it is cotton, cotton will crease. So you can very gently fold in half and gauge where the centre is by folding it. And then do the same with the pocket that you've just attached the bias binding to. Cut away the odd threads as you go. So when I open this up, I've got a nice straight line in the centre, which I match up with a nice straight line on my pocket, and place that in around about in the middle, with the creases matching on the top and the bottom. And I'm going to pop a few pins in the centre to hold it in place, and then I'm going to fold around the sides and tuck these areas in. I did put a bit of a crease with an iron on beforehand, which makes it a little bit easier if you want to, but you don't have to. But I've folded that under, trying to keep it in a nice straight line. And just pin across. Always pin across where you're going to stitch, because if you don't take the pin out and the needle hits the pin, it's not going to do any damage that way. And again, just tuck that under and pin all the way around. And I would pin in this instance rather than risk it, because I want the pocket to be square, and your fabric can tend to move if you wing it. Another couple should do it. So pin all around 3 sides, keeping it nice and neat and square, and of course the top open, because it's a pocket, you're going to put things in it. One more should do. Then I'm going to sew. So I'm going to back tack 2 or 3 times over the end of the pocket, because that's where it needs to be strong. If I put my hands in the pocket or something big, that's where it's going to tear, if it's going to tear. Now I'm using that contrast colour thread, so I'm concentrating on keeping that line straight, because you'll see the stitches just into the corner. Leave the needle in the down position when you pivot around a corner, so it keeps it nice and square across the bottom. And I've chosen a maroon thread. It's the same colour as the bias binding, but I think it finishes it off. It's like putting an outline on the project. Turn it around and back down the final side. Ooh, not quite straight there. Don't worry, I can unpick that later. And then back tack to make that nice and strong. Oh, that's not too bad. And then just snip off again your excess fabric, thread, sorry. And there's my pocket. So all I need to do now is to pop the waistband on. I'm going to trim off all of the excess thread while I'm here. So keep that nice and neat. So. Now the waistband is applied in very much the same way as the bias binding. I've already got my central crease mark where I folded my apron in half. The waistband is already pressed in half, and then I'll need to find those centre points again. So crease here. I'm going to open it up. Face sides together, just like with the bias binding. I'm going to pin that in the centre. And then across. That means my ties are going to measure the same from either side when I tie them at the back. And I'm just going to pin up to the end of the apron like so. And the other way. And that's the first line I'm going to stitch. going to back tack slightly and sew quite close to the edge. I don't want to see this stitch when I turn it inside out, so the closer to the edge the better. Like with the bias binding, when the waistband's folded over you won't see the stitching. So we'll speed up a little bit. I'm doing this around about 1/4 of an inch from the edge. And back tack. Remember to take your pins out. The nice thing with these big head pins is that you can actually see them. And which end's the sharp end. Like so. And then just like with the bias binding, we fold over the top, back to the crease, and onto the other side. And I'm going to fold or tuck that end under to a length where I can't see that row of stitching. So it again keeps it nice and neat on the inside. Because when it's hanging up when you're not wearing it, people might see that. So just take your time to make sure that is covered and it's nice and straight. And then we'll sew all the way across the top of the waistband, right down to the end of the ties, just in the same way we did with the bias binding. So tuck over the stitches. And this cotton's nice and crisp as well. It does crease when you want it to. It'll probably crease when you don't want it to, but at this point I do. Now when I come up to the ends of the apron, this is where my ties start. And I want to fold under on the one side so that extends the stitches that I've put on the inside, and then fold under on the top side. And I'm going to top stitch that in just a second, and that'll make a nice neat edge. You could sew it into a tube and turn it inside out, but I find this way a lot neater, it's not as fiddly. So although this little bit is time consuming where you're making your folds and you're doing your pinning, it's quicker to actually sew and put together. Just making sure that meets all the way. Quite a few pins. And then when you get to the ends, I've already tucked the ends in on this one while I was pressing it. But just in the same way, as long as there's no raw edges showing, it'll look neat and it won't fray. Just turn things. So you can, I've just tucked that in and pressed it before I started sewing it together. And just try and make sure that those corners match up, which they don't. So you can move the fabric around, tuck it in, that end can be tucked in. That's better. Now I'm going to start sewing here because I think you've seen me pin enough. And I'm going to sew on the top side all the way around. And I'm sewing on the top side because that's the side that I'm going to see. So if I roll up the bulk of the fabric and push that under my sewing machine, it makes it easy to move it. And I'm going to sew around about 1/4 of an inch in from the edge now. Maybe 1/8 of an inch in from the edge. One quick back tack stitch. And remember, this is top stitching and I've used a contrast thread, so you're going to see it, so I'm going to try and keep that as straight and as neat as I can. Sometimes find that if you go too slow, it makes it more difficult to get a straight line. Just making sure I'm still straight. Now I'm not pulling the fabric through, I'm just guiding it. If you pull the fabric through too much, you can bend the needle. And the machine's perfectly capable of pulling the fabric through, that's what they do. That was the pin. You see how the needle goes straight over the top. Right, now as I'm coming down to the corner, I'm going to take my pin out that was holding the corner piece, because I want to ease those two sides together to make that as neat into the corner as I can. Clip it around, down. And on the final side, and just a back tack again to hold the stitches in place. Then I take the pins out and do the same across the other side of the strap. So I've got my nice neat top stitching, I've got the two pieces of fabric because that's folded over, held in place, and that's my waistband that's now extended into the tie to go around there. If you think the tie is really too long, then you can of course cut that down. And it's nice and neat on the inside as well as the outside. So all I need to do is to pin and fold exactly the same way on this side, and then my apron's finished.